Free at last. Oh, Gabriel, now dawns thy reckoning, and thy gore shall glisten before the temples of man. Creature of steel, my gratitude upon thee for my freedom. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten. And thy punishment is death.
And your arrows be many, and your bitches.
Okay. Where shall I begin? Oh. Right. Helluva boss villains. One word. Ass! Stryker has zero motives aside from Girl I Hate Royals. Stella's just a stupid generic cartoon villain. And Drillfus is just an Elsa knockoff. Is he stupid? And Crimson is just not scary at all. And he's like heck, even Security Breach is scarier than him. Yeah, Security Breach. Anyways, let's look at better villains and use them as an example of decently written antagonists or villains. Unlike Helluva Flop's villains.
Machine, turn back now. The layers of this palace are not for your kind. Turn back, or you will be crossing the will of God. Your choice is made. As the righteous hand of the Father, I shall rend you apart, and you will become inanimate once more. Behold, the power of an angel! You come into my DM, ask for my time, tell me to come into your little call and amuse your viewers.
Okay, aside from all the memes made about him, he's a pretty cool antagonist. A better one than Vivzi's lazily written Helluva boss villains. Why, you might ask? Well, we'll get to that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gabriel actually has development, and he has actual motives after your first encounter with him. Gabriel doesn't want to kill V1 because of just revenge, but because he's got 24 hours to redeem himself, and if his time runs out, well, you know, he just dies. Gabriel's development, since I haven't mentioned it yet, is him realizing that God isn't coming back, and living for the battle since he finally has someone who can match his strength. Gabriel realizes that the supposed mighty council of heaven was just mindlessly chasing after the fire of God, which was gone. He then did something drastic. He slaughtered the council, and then left the gates of heaven for the last time. For one main reason. Back to this buffoon. Shall we? How is Stryker still alive? Like, how? He did nothing aside from try to crawl away from a statue that was falling on him, but he's still alive? What the fuck? Is that Shadow's dick? What kind of bullcrap is that? Like, Vimsy. He should be dead. Like, are you stupid? Like, that's not how you do statues. a statue would kill someone if they fell on a guy. Like, seriously, like, are you forgetting logic in this world? Ah, God, I'm sorry. I had to get that out of me because I'm just so annoyed at how he's still alive from getting crushed by a statue. Why not talk about an antagonist that's more terrifying than Crimson? Starved Eggman, or just Starved, the uncanny, Mobian, flesh-hungry variant of Eggman that first appeared in the Starved creepypasta by Dadummy. He has basically become a meme, but is he still scary? Yes, and in my opinion, he's more scarier than Crimson, because he's not treated like a joke. Crimson's a joke, like, seriously. That dildo scene made him a joke. He's not even threatening, he's just a joke. But Starved, that's the opposite. He was actually able to kill Sonic this time, and he has a robotic lackey similar to Metal Sonic, but it's called Furnace. And they have more sinister intentions. Catch and cook Mobians for him. Starved is basically the apocalypse for Mobians alike. Amy, Ray, and Sonic lost their lives in this maniac, and Tails is genuinely terrified of him. Starved doesn't have any tone-deaf stuff like dildos in the walls, he doesn't make sex jokes, he's not obsessed with his dick, he focuses on his main goal, satiate his hunger. And Starved's motivations for wanting to eat Mobians and ravage Mobius to satiate his hunger isn't because of, I want to make myself some KFC, but because after the events of Sonic 1 in the Starved universe, Eggman saw a charred Flicky and grew curious. What did it taste like? And then, after taking the bite, something snapped, something inside of him. He then wanted to eat every single Mobian, so that he can satiate his hunger. But because of this, his skin turned red because of his new diet, and his mustache was gone. His face was now a hollow husk. Something more terrifying than normal Eggman we've all come to love and hate. And basically he has a motivation better than Strikers. End of story. Now on to the next villain that's better than, Helluva Boss's trash villains, because okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to make this tone deaf. I'm sorry.
Free at last. Oh, Gabriel, now dawns thy reckoning, and thy gore shall glisten before the temples of man. Creature of steel, my gratitude upon thee for my freedom. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten, and thy punishment is death. Useless. Prepare thyself.
So trusted you. I thought I could too.
Minos Prime, or just Minos, the king of lust, the man who brought those in lust to salvation, put his people before himself, and started the lust renaissance. The best part about him, as an antagonist, is that he's not evil, he doesn't have desire for world domination, or a striker. He's just a man who wanted the best for his people, and sad that he wasn't able to save his people from all the demons and machines and the corrupt angels in heaven. And he actually has a motivation for hating V1. Sorry I had to pause it there. I wanted to mention that Minos Prime was an anti-hero. I'm sorry I forgot that. Anyways, back to the video. Like I was saying, Minos Prime has an actual motivation for hating machines like V1. Minos doesn't hate machines because he hates them, but because V1 and other machines have killed off humanity, as this line implies.
But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten.
It makes us wonder if the true antagonist was actually us all along. It makes the audience actually care about the characters and, story. Unlike how the flops trash writing. But before you go, I'm gonna tell you about my own version of Stryker in my fanfiction, Helluva Couple. And don't worry, he actually has a motivation. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Basically, Stryker now appears in a new original issue for Helluva Couple Book 1, dubbed The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's right, we have an actual issue dedicated to Stryker, everyone. Gotta give Millie her development in Harvest Moon somehow. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll shut up. Reference to The Godfather, anyone? Okay, I'll take this seriously now. Let me explain to you in 5 words. They actually have a motivation. How is what you might be thinking. So let me tell you what his motivation is. He hates royals because his wife and friend died to the exorcists during the extermination. Why? Well, because he thinks that the royals left them to die in the hands of heaven. Basically, he blames the royals for his friend and wife's death. Yeah, I know. Generic blaming someone for someone else's death because of their grief and sadness stuff. I know, very generic. But which Stryker would you have? The one that sucks ass and is just a one-note villain that hates royals for the sake of it, or one that hates royals because they believe that they were left in the hands of heaven to die, and because his wife and friend died? Go ahead, I'll let you pick. And it doesn't really matter which one you pick. I'll just leave that to you. I'll just leave you to decide your own, decision. Anyways, peace out, I guess.